One time a kid yelled out, I jumped on a rail and he yelled out, this was like 2 years ago, and he was like, yo, grandma got moves.
Hey, my little freaks, I got a special announcement for y'all. Are you here because you're yearning for these goddamn toes? Well, go follow patreon.com/thebhavcast. And this summer 2026, I'm dropping Cattle Daddy. All the heifers gonna be rolling through, baby. We're gonna have a fun summer. Now let's get back to the Bhavcast. Welcome back to the Bhavcast. Today I got comedian and ecologist Jules Balluffi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I know, we were just talking about my feet and yeah, I don't know. Like, I just give the people what they want.
You don't have to. Like, look at you doing great. Like, what do you need? How much are they paying?
A subscription is $10 a month.
Are you kidding? So what, 3 people want feet?
Okay, so I started it last Monday, and I got 3 people exactly so far.
Who want the feet?
Yeah.
So you're getting $30 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I respect the hustle, but what, like, you're an engineer. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I know, but I just want more.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an engineer forever.
And it is true. Like, one foot person knows another foot person who knows another foot person, and then pretty soon you've got a nice little market.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I have this dream. Well, first you say that's the network, right? I had one of my followers DM me, and at first he was like, can I get a feet pic? And I was like, sure, here's my Venmo. And he was like, this is like a sketchy industry. It's better that you create a Patreon, and then I'll share your Patreon with the community. And I said, oh, damn, son.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a dangerous world I live in. But
yeah, but you don't expect the guests to partake.
If they want to, I always say if
they
you
want to support.
Yeah, if they want to, like, I'll give you a cut. You know what I mean? I'm all inclusive.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, you don't have to. Don't feel like you have to. I always just preface when I take my socks off. I don't want people to get weirded out.
Oh yeah, because it would have been. I mean, honestly, if you taken them off and didn't say anything, I'd be like, eh. He just wants his feet to breathe. I would have probably not thought much of it, honestly.
Yeah, and as an Indian person, I never Indian people are barefoot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like the foot fetish thing never for me was like a big deal. And then one episode I happened to do it without my socks on, and people were like, fucking yeah, that's what we need. I was like, all right, if that's what it takes for you guys to watch this shit, then I'm in on it,
Great.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do,
Yeah, would you ever do something like that?
No.
No, good. I have an older sister, and she fucking is like on my ass about it. She's like, this is weird. Don't do this.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, where's the line,
Mm-hmm.
Where is the line?
For me, the line is after $1 million, you get the whole package,
You mean like after...
I'll start posting my butt.
Oh, like if you get to that level of income from it. Yeah. Yeah, then you switch over to OnlyFans.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to have to rebuild the whole fan base again,
Yeah. People are willing to jump to I'm sure these people are on OnlyFans. But Patreon.
Yeah, I mean, I think Patreon and OnlyFans is one and the same, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's like just a paid YouTube, and it's like one has the stigma, one doesn't. And, we're in it for podcasting.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, that's enough about my feet. So it's springtime, the second day of spring. Are you excited? Are you a warm person or a cold person?
I like spring. The heat, though, kills me, but living in Canada for 12 years, I'm kind of looking forward to, like, a hot summer.
Yeah.
I, just moved back. I do like winter. Like, winter has always been my favorite season because I like the winter sports and everything. But, 12 years in Canada, I'm kind of like... I think it wore me down.
Yeah, you're over it.
Not totally, but, like... you know, a little break from it is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Toronto sometime last year, and I didn't realize how many Indian people live in fucking Canada.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. I barely
Oh my
traveled.
God, it's all of Canada. Yeah, they're and it's they love talking about it. Yeah. All the white people in Canada can't fucking get over. Yeah, go to Mississauga, Ontario. Like it's Little India, like the whole city and that whole part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really something. Yeah.
That was like the first time I ever saw so many white comics do the Indian accent on stage. They were just like every comic, oh, no, no, no. And I was like, bro, you guys got to do it better, you know?
Yeah, yeah. You would, but I haven't spent too much time in Toronto. I was just there for like a week, and it isn't like for such an Indian place, there aren't that many Indian comedians. Like it's still like white people performing for very diverse crowds, but it's not. But I was only there for like a little bit of just a couple days.
Yeah, there's a couple of pockets which I found like that are all Hindi speaking comics.
Oh really?
And I went to this one.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I went to this one show and they were speaking all Hindi, and I'm like pretty much whitewashed. So, and I don't speak Hindi because I'm Patel, so I speak Gujarati. So it's like I went there and I was like, man, this show is like watching a Bollywood movie, you know?
That's cool though that you can find. Yeah, no, I didn't go to the. No, I wasn't invited. I wasn't invited to those shows, but no, I didn't see a lot of the Indian accent from the white comics. But again, I wasn't.
Yeah, I just went to like that one room, like back room or something. It's like in a basement.
Yeah.
And that's where I found the guys. But you know, I'm all for it.
That's where I found them.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Just do the accent a little bit better, you know, and then you know we're on a level playing field.
What do you remember other clubs that you went to?
Yeah, I went to like a fucking. It's like Keys. I went to Keys for a little bit. And then there's like the.
I didn't go there.
Yeah, and then there was like this one. Man, what the fuck is it called? It's like it basically has like the cellar vibe where you walk down these stairs.
Comedy bar.
Comedy bar, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was Desi Junction. That's where the brown room was, and I was there for a South Asian festival, like an arts festival. It was called Subco, and it was like some of these people like. One was a filmmaker. One was she has like a music label, and then my buddy Reza, who owns a club down in East Austin, they started this like brown festival. So I was like hosting it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did like the panel, I did the fucking comedy show, obviously, and then I hosted like an EDM concert, which was like I was just like
you're just doing every.
Yeah. I just was the glue of the night.
Yeah,
and that's what I was there for, really. But then it was pretty chill.
It's a good city. I do like Toronto a lot.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like it feels like a little bit like New York. It's like a smaller, cuter New York. But it's more like the city in terms of like the architecture and like the vibe of it feels way more homogenous. Do you know, like in New York, you go to a new neighborhood and you can tell you're in a new neighborhood. Toronto is just like kind of it's a, you know, except for like the downtown, obviously. And then also the other thing about Toronto is like, well, Canada in general, people are a lot colder. Than down in the States.
Yeah.
This is where like the whole Canadian versus American thing is just the whole notion that Canadians are super friendly, I think it's a load of crap. But no, and like other people like they're like Toronto people act the way they think New Yorkers act, which is like kind of cold and like don't talk to me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, but in the comedy scene, everybody was very friendly, at least.
Yeah, I didn't like the only hard part about Toronto was when I got there, I was like, oh shit, like I need like some supplies, like, you know, shampoo or some shit. And I went into the store and everything was in French. And I was like, oh no, you know, like
really?
Like a lot of the labeling was in French.
Oh yeah, well they have to have it in French and English.
Yeah, and I was like, God, I should have paid attention more in middle school, you know?
Yeah. Or just flip it around. On the other side, it'd be English, but they're probably just whatever they point out the French side sometimes, or
I didn't even think. I was just so overwhelmed. I was
you just saw another language and blacked out. Yeah.
I was like, why was I like? I took French in middle school because I had a crush on a girl, and obviously that went nowhere. And I was like, God damn, Kaylee.
Was she French?
I don't know. I never got to the bottom of that.
So why French class? Because she was in the class?
Yeah, she took it.
Okay.
And I was like,
was this girl from France? Was she learning English? You were like, I thought it was going to be cute.
No.
Like learning French to speak to this like new little French girl.
Nah, she was definitely American. I think she wanted to take French. I was like, I'm taking French.
I took Spanish growing up.
See, that's the smart one. You know?
Yeah. But then I moved to Montreal when I was 18, and I was like, fuck. Could have really used some of that French.
Yeah, there's not many Hispanics out there, are there?
In Canada?
Yeah.
There's some, but no, like you're not going to encounter Spanish anywhere near as much as you do in the States.
You know, who builds all the stuff in Canada then?
Like what ethnicity?
Yeah. It's okay to be a little racist on this podcast because I'm brown. You're like, it's not racism. We're learning together.
Well, I mean, whoever's newest, I'm assuming, you know, I don't know. It's different province to province. I should know this. But these are not the things that, regretfully, I'm not paying attention to. Kind of all sorts of people. But yeah, whoever's newest, probably Indian people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to visit a Tim Hortons when I was there because I was like, that's your Dunkin', you know? And I was so happy when I walked in there. It was just all brown people. Mm-hmm. I was like, this feels comfortable.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I love that answer, though. That's whoever is the newest. I never thought about it that way, you know? But that's a really lucrative answer.
Oh, good. Okay. It's like a little loophole I get out of, you know.
You're not going to get canceled today.
Today. Yeah, I'm like, what am I doing?
So when you were up in Canada, did you do much shredding the Gnar, pal?
Oh, yeah, big time, you know.
Like, I went to Quebec as a child, and I went to, like, Mount St. Anne or something. Like, what were your local spots?
So I lived all over. I lived in Montreal when I was 18. 18 to 22, I went to McGill. Mm-hmm. That's why. So that's pretty common for people where we're from. You grew up here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I don't know if you knew anybody, but not far from like New York. So went to McGill. In Quebec, I would go to like Mont Tremblant, and then Sutton was my favorite. Mm-hmm. Sutton is right on the border of Quebec and Vermont.
Okay. And
it's a very like independent hill. And like has really good terrain, and yeah, that was definitely my favorite. Mont Saint Anne is good. That's like a steep pitch.
Yeah, I think I went to that one, and Mont Tremblant.
Yes, yeah. So those are two big ones.
Yeah,
and then Sutton is like on the smaller side, but it's like amazing snow. Yeah, it's just so good. It's by Jay Peak.
Okay. Have
you ever been? And then I lived in Newfoundland for a bit. And Newfoundland has like crazy winters because they'll either get dumped on or it's just mild winter all the way through. You don't get any snow.
Yeah.
And there's a little hill in Newfoundland that's like 2 hours from St. John's, the city I was in. And it's like, 5 minutes up, 20 seconds down. But I had some amazing days of skiing there. Like, because nobody in Newfoundland knows how to ski. So if you do get a dump, it doesn't get eaten up. And then out in Alberta, I was skiing mostly in Jasper National Park at a mountain there, and then around in the Rockies. And I've been to Whistler, so I've been, I've skied coast to coast. I don't know, I've done all of Canada. Yeah, now that I'm putting it together, yeah. If anybody could, I've done Newfoundland to BC. I mean. And then Quebec and Alberta, and the middle has nothing anyway. So yeah,
that's pretty sick. Like I've only really done Pennsylvania and Vermont.
Okay,
like I want to get out somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Canada's good because like if it's a weird warm winter like it was this year out west, it doesn't really reach Canada the same. So you have like some like if you go to like interior BC, you're bound to get good snow. You know, it can vary, but like I know some people. I was sitting in the airport this winter, and these people were talking about they were clearly going to Whistler, and I was like, "Fuck!" Whistler had like no snow this year. It was like a really bad year, I think.
But when you say like no snow, you mean like for them it's like 80 inches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously compared to here, compared to Pennsylvania, you know. But if you're gonna spend all that money to go out west, but you risk like skiing in -30. So, which I have done.
Yeah,
I have skied in -30 in Alberta before, and it ain't fun.
Yeah, that's like the shit I can't do. Like, you know, when I was like young, I'd be like out of my group of homies, like I was like. I don't want to, you know, toot my own horn, but like, you know, I could throw down a little bit in my youth, but like, but I was the first one always to get cold. Like these little appendages that I have, like they freeze up so quick, you know.
Yeah.
And
well, you know what I learned? It took me about 10 years to learn this, but it turns out if you just keep your core super warm.
Yeah.
Because I have the same problem, and living in Edmonton, Alberta, it's like -30, like a lot. And I didn't have a car. I'd be walking to the bus, waiting outside. My feet would go numb like instantly. And then I realized if I wore my down puffer underneath my down parka, I was fine. Oh. Because if you keep your core, your heart warm, then it can actually pump blood to the rest. It tells the body, okay, pump blood. We're okay. We're not going to die. So it took me 10 years to learn that.
That's crazy.
No, it turns out like the body is just the body is just that's a reaction to feeling cold at your core. But that's it. It's just like bundle up, and you might sweat a little bit, but then at least your fingers and your feet have a chance.
So like when you're on the mountain and it's like 30 degrees, what are you doing? Do you like bringing your arms inside your jacket and putting them under your pits? Like what are we doing here? How do we keep?
You got to get the hand. You need mittens.
Yeah, I mean mittens. I switched to.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't have mittens is crazy. Feet warmers. I had like electric boot, like electric things for my feet.
Oh, that's high tech.
It was like $80 on Amazon. They lasted like 3 years and then petered out. But and then just like bundling up your core.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you have to go in a lot. Like you just have to go in and take a break if it's that cold.
Yeah.
But then other than that, there's not too much you can do. Yeah, there's just tricks you learn.
Well, I'm like the first generation of brown folk to be on the mountain.
Yeah, good for you.
So my body's like, what are you doing here, bro?
Yeah, I mean, at least like I don't know like exactly where my white lineage comes from, but it's somewhere coldish.
Yeah, I mean, you said you're Italian, so in Italy they have some type of mountain, right? Like my sister went there and she skied some big mountain, and she doesn't even know how to ski, and I was so jealous.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm Italian. It might be Austrian. We don't really know. Yeah, it might be one of those things where they were like Bluff, and then they were like, we don't want to sound too German. And then they changed it to Balluffi. And we think that's what happened.
Okay.
But we aren't sure. But yeah, huge mountains out there.
Are you, is your whole family like a skiing family?
No. I mean, we went when I was a kid. That's how I learned. But nobody really took to it the way that I did.
And what did it for you?
The thrill of, I think I'm like a somewhat adrenaline junkie. I'm not like extreme. Like I don't want to jump out of an airplane. Like I have no desire to skydive.
Really? You should try it. It's really nice.
You've done it? Yeah, of course, yeah. No, I don't.
Let me tell you what it's about.
Yeah, what's it about?
Like, all right, first of all, you go up there. That's probably the scariest thing because every fucking skydiving place, you go up in a shitty ass airplane, right? It's like half falling apart, you know? Like, yeah. And then you jump, and then you have some guy strapped to your back, and you're like, "Is this partially gay?" You're wondering these things. You feel him, you feel all of him. You're going.
It's a little emasculating. Yeah. You're like, I could have just done this on my own. I don't need the help.
I could have did it without a parachute and been much better. But it's like that butterfly feeling. You only really get that from when you jump till you hit terminal velocity, and it's very quick. It's like a second or two, and then it just feels like because at terminal velocity your acceleration is 0. So then after that, it's just like a big fan blowing on you. So like you're like screaming, and then you're like, you know what? I'm done screaming.
Like, this is it.
You're like,
this is my life now.
Yeah, and then you're just hanging, you're falling, and then actually the worst part, in my opinion, was when they pull the chute. Since you're like in this little kangaroo pouch, it's like just the way it like yanks up on you is like not comfortable.
Yeah, it's sudden, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like just you get like a wedgie the whole time. But he's like kind of like in a chair type deal. Like his is more comfortable. You're just like hanging from his crotch.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like not that bad, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't like. I like other things. Like, it's not like I'm not seeking out this feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I like roller coasters. Yeah. I like going upside down and the little thing. And I do all that and I enjoy it. But for some reason, like, to take it to that level, But the people who are the craziest are the ones who do the flying squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's like... the longer you do it, you will die. Yeah. Eventually, the statistics are you'll have 10 friends, you all start together. In 10 years, there's 2 of you left. Or something like it's absurd how, fast they die off. But then they do it anyway because they're addicted to the adrenaline.
I mean, the squirrel suit with base jumping seems just like a life, you know what I mean? Like it just seems like the coolest life
until it's over.
Yeah, but when it's over, it hits fast. It's not like it's not gonna be like a slow, painful death.
Yeah, but like, you could have like done any other hobby that is slightly, just. It's too much. It's just how and then how after you see like 4 of your friends die to keep doing it.
Well, then
because you love it.
Yeah, you're jumping for them. Every jump is
pour one out for
every jump is like in the memory of Frank. This one's for Frank.
Hits a tree. Well, tomorrow now we got to jump for Chris.
Yeah, at least he died doing what he loved.
Yeah. Those people are nuts, Just medicate yourself. Like, but whatever. Do whatever you need to do. But I think I have some of that. I think you do stand up.
Yeah.
Anybody who does stand up is a bit of an adrenaline junkie. And then so snowboarding, I love surfing. I'm not good at it, but I do it.
Oh yeah, surfing is I think some of produces some of the coolest people. I can't really surf. I've only tried it once in like my sophomore year of college, and I tried it high at New Jersey, and it was like not
hard to learn in Jersey.
Yeah. And but I just think like I saw a girl over last summer who was like a big surfer, and they're just like so like fucking nothing really,
or they're total assholes. It's really remarkable like how that culture is supposed to be like so laid back, so friendly, and then then it's suddenly, don't come to my spot.
Oh,
this is for locals only. Get the fuck out of here. Like in Newfoundland, I surfed in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if you know where Newfoundland is. But
I don't. Where is it?
It's floating in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean.
Okay. Is it an island?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's fly from Philly to Dublin. 1/3 of the way there you'll hit St. John's.
Okay.
That's literally like how far out it is. It's an hour and a half time zone ahead of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. The water there, year round, you need a 5mm wetsuit with a hood, gloves, booties. That's how cold the water is year round.
Yeah, see, that's crazy for me.
Yeah. And I just did it because I was losing my mind living out there, and I just needed like, it was hard to snowboard because the snow was like unpredictable. I was just very restless. I just like I felt trapped. I had island fever. Finally, like I had surfed a bit, and I wanted to do it more. And I met a guy who surfed all the time there. And he was like offered to take me out. I like got a board, got the wetsuit, flew the board out to Newfoundland, and then went out there, and it was just like the coldest water hits your face, you know, brain freeze, all this. Needless to say, it was just like crazy. Like nobody's gonna actually surf out here.
Yeah.
Like this is never gonna take off. But people are diehard surfers out there, and he was telling me, the guy that I'd surfed with, when he moved there and he started exploring, you know, places to surf, the surfers would yell at him, and like literally like, you know, tell him to get away, go away. This isn't for you. No, this is a secret.
Wow.
Like he would be pulled over on the road, getting his board out to go into a break or like a spot, and they would yell at him. You people are crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No one's going to surf here.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't going to become a thing. Like, Newfoundlanders are like, they're fishermen, you know? Like, they're fishers. They see the ocean as having fish and oil because they drill out in the ocean. That's all they, like, this isn't, you're crazy. You're out to lunch, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. It's all of our ocean, dude. You know?
Yeah. Also, you need a 5mm wetsuit in July. Like, you know, with booties and a thing, like this isn't gonna become popular.
Yeah,
you don't need to worry about it. Let the guy surf, but crazy, you know.
Yeah, I guess I never encountered that type of surfer, so you know, God bless. But now that you
maybe
say
it's
like
Canadian surf. I don't.
Yeah, that seems like an awful thing.
Yeah.
But when you were out there, did you like were the waves big enough where they barreled and you can go inside the barrel?
Occasionally, but I wouldn't be out in those because I wasn't good enough. Like, yeah.
That's like my dream, you know, like to be inside a barrel and just like run my finger inside the wave. Like, you ever seen like
I think
Happy
that's
Feet or
every
something?
surfer's dream. Good luck.
Yeah,
you know?
like it's just like kind of like in a way it's like so romantic. Like you're in there in like Mother Nature. It's like, you know, like this is like a force, you know, you can like fucking tumble you like a dryer.
So you done it once?
Yeah, and I didn't even get up on the board.
Let me tell you something. When you catch a green wave, because you're probably catching like the already broken. Yeah, the white
I
water.
didn't catch any wave, actually. I didn't get up once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have not surfed.
but your dream is to get barreled.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta like move to the ocean if you know, like, when you catch a green wave and you feel the power of it, like, I'm gonna sound like a total hippie, but like, there's nothing like it.
Oh, I believe
it's fucking incredible. Even the littlest wave, which is what I'm on. Like, I can't surf anything big enough because I'm not good enough. But you catch it green, and you're just like, for just a few seconds, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy feeling, like the power of it.
What is a green wave? Like, what does that look like?
A green wave is like when it's like cusping, but it hasn't turned white yet.
Okay.
So, like, there's an ideal time to catch the wave, which is just when it's starting to, like, when it's cusping and then it's like gonna break, and then you want to stay ahead of the break.
Right.
Yeah. That's green. God. That's, I guess, the terminology.
It's so cool. Like, I just wish I was that cool to do that, you know? Like, but you know, now as I get older,
it's not hard. Like, you know, if you snowboard and skateboard, you can pick it up really quick.
Yeah, I got like real tight hip flexors, so I feel like
you gotta like stretch.
Yeah, like it's real bad.
Yeah, you do need the flexibility, but the hardest part is the arms.
Oh, really?
The arms and paddling and catching the wave. Yeah.
The only thing I have is arms. You know?
That's good.
I'm halfway
well,
there.
no, if you can paddle, like, do you swim?
Some of the apartments I've had, I swam in all the time. But this pool has apartment has a pool, and it's like not that great. But like I can swim.
Yeah, but if you like have experience, like you have the muscle for swimming, like that's like a huge component of it.
Yeah.
But really, it is like the paddling. That's the hardest part on people, and popping up. Yeah, but I mean, I am not speaking as anybody who can say much about it, because like I can catch waves, but it's like I ain't catching that many.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel that.
You know, but that's the thing that I want to, now that I'm back here, I want to get back into and like actually try to get good at it, because it's been my life. Snowboarding is like the one true love, but you got to subsidize.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why I skate in the summertime. You know, like I've been
Yeah.
skating since like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I got like a little short longboard that's over there with a little tail, so I can still like do tricks
like a
on
little
it.
cruiser.
Yeah, so like the only tricks I can do are like
Oh,
shove
yeah.
its and kick flips on that. But like now I'm not trying to like roll an ankle. You know.
I have a little cruiser. I prefer getting around town on it than a bike.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't want to like locking up a bike and everything. I love a little but the longboard, I don't want a longboard.
Yeah.
I love my little, I call it my Bart Simpson.
Is it a little bit bigger than a
skateboard.
penny board?
It's bigger than a penny board. It's not quite your regular skateboard. It's like
Yeah.
in between.
Oh, okay.
And then has like a little tail.
Yeah.
But I don't do tricks on it or anything. I just like.
Yeah, just cruising around. I find it
Yeah.
more efficient too, because then you can also get up on the sidewalk if you need to. You know.
Yeah.
And you just look cooler than a dweeb on a bicycle. You know, it's about fucking street cred.
Yeah.
Just for me.
At first I got it and I was like, am I a child? I got it when I was like 22, 23.
Yeah.
probably. And I'm 30 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I still love it. You know, like I kind of like, I remember like being, and it's so silly because I was 23 and I was like, should I be doing, like, is this like, I feel like a child. I feel like a little boy. This is just what I like to do.
Yeah.
You know, like.
No, I get it. There's something about just like ripping it on a board that just feels like, you know, like all your problems are not there for a moment.
Yes, yeah, and it's just, I'll do groceries on the goddamn thing. Like I throw my backpack on, I grab some stuff at the grocery store. You know, I'll carry another it's also just like useful.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and you don't have to worry about your bike getting stolen, like the whole ordeal of locking it up, and also if you fall off your bike, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like you can't. There's a reason. I know so many people who've gotten hurt falling off bikes and stuff because you're falling far
Yeah.
and you're trapped.
And you're tangled up. Yeah.
On a skateboard, you know the number of times I've fallen on the skateboard? It's like nothing. Like, you know.
The only big falls I've had is like if I catch a rock.
Oh, that's the worst.
You're just like projectile. And you're like, no.
And where I was living in Edmonton, they don't put salt down in the winter. They don't even shovel the roads. They just they just let it turn to ice and then they just throw gravel on it. And so in the spring, the ice melts and you just have streets full of gravel and it's just a game of just fucking dodging these things. But I did have a spill this summer. I think it was a rocket. I don't know. It was bizarre. And I was skateboarding with my coffee. And I fell on my coffee. I flew. And I was so not prepared for the fall. That's why I think it was a rock.
Yeah.
And I fell and I was like, and scraped my knee. My jeans got like a ding in them.
Oh, no.
And it was right in front of a cop. And then these women pull over. They're like, are you okay? And I was like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, you need to like,
Yeah.
now that if I like the last big fall I had was maybe 2 years ago, but there was like a granny there. She's like, how, like, are you okay? And I was like, I just need a minute. You know?
It was that bad?
Yeah, because it was like,
Yeah.
it was like also like off of a curb a little bit too. Like I just kind of, and like into, like it was a red light. So then all these people had seen me fall too. And I'm like, really? It was more for like my ego, you know what I mean? Like just stay down a little bit, you know? Like let them feel sorry. Because I just went from like really cool to really goofy really quick, you know?
That's the trouble of it. It's like, you feel so good. But I'll never forget my coffee just flying.
Yeah. And where'd you get?
I felt so cool too because I was holding my coffee, you know. I was just like, you know, having a great morning. Like, yeah.
No, I get it. Like sometimes I'll go to like I try to have a watermelon smoothie every morning. Like my flex on wealth is that I'll eat watermelon in the winter.
Oh, wow.
You know, so like every like Saturday or Sunday I'll go get like, now it's winter time, so I have to get 2 mini watermelons, and I'll come back with just 2 mini watermelons, just skating. You know, like that's like when I feel the coolest.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't fall.
Yeah. Just 2 watermelons, smash.
And I'll get so sad.
Smash.
You know, and then there's blood and watermelon. You know.
People, what happened?
No, I get it. So wait, when you're shredding, so obviously you've been up in Canada, so you've shredded some like fresh pow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at it, but I got a lot better living out west.
Yeah, I think
at
that's
powder.
like the equivalent for snowboarding to like the surfers like in the barrel, just fingering the barrel, like just like the hot knife on butter. You know, like just like that fresh morning pow first chair.
You drop into like a pocket of powder and you can't see for a second. It's the funnest thing. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I've been very, very lucky. I've been very blessed, you could say.
Yeah, I've only done it once, and it was when I went to Mount Tremblant.
Oh, and they had powder?
Yeah, like it was like in 2012, I went for my high school ski trip, and they got like a foot of snow between like 5 a.m. and then when we got the first chair, it was like dumping. I was like, oh my God. Oh, like what is this? You know, like you don't realize like how hard you have to like use your legs. You know?
Oh, it's totally different. Yeah, it's like night and day. But you grew up skiing in Vermont too?
No, I've been to Stowe and Killington like a handful of times.
Okay.
But just like Bear Creek was like, I don't know if you know Bear Creek, but it's like right here in PA. That was like my.
Oh yeah.
I had a season pass there for like eight years when I was like going through like middle school and high school. But now I just hit like Blue Mountain, which is like,
okay. I've never been there, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah, Blue. If you were to go to a PA mountain, I would recommend Blue. It has like, it's just the bigger of the mountains. Bear is like more of like a terrain park mountain. Everyone's just like throwing down. But at least Blue has a little bit of trails too.
Yeah, I was doing Mountain Creek this year. Mountain, if you know it.
No, where is that?
North Jersey. Like it's in Vernon, New Jersey. So you'll get a lot of New Yorkers. It's you can't go on the weekend. Yeah. Like it's a nightmare.
You know, this whole thing where this whatever company bought up all these mountains and you know like
oh yeah, I hate them.
There's Ocon Pass, Icon Pass.
Fuck these people.
Yeah, it has ruined
fuck
everything.
These people.
Yeah.
I literally like it's now I vow it's Vail is the worst of them.
Yeah, is that the company that did it?
Vail has the Epic Pass.
Oh, okay.
So Vail started this whole thing of we're gonna get people to buy into a season pass ahead of time.
Yeah.
Before they even know, because what it was back in the day, you bought your season pass when like it was December and were like, oh, there's already snow. Let's buy the pass. And then they were like, how do we get these people to buy this shit in August? You know, like that's it. Like, and then so they discounted it and it's just fucked the whole fucking thing up.
It's really bad.
And then they bought like, I love Stowe, but I don't want to give my money. Oh my God. Great. I'll find it, but I'll send it to you. Great short YouTube video about this whole thing.
Yeah.
And they interview the CEO of Vail, and he's like a pale man sitting in an office.
Okay.
And then they go and they interview the CEO or the owner of a private independent mountain in like Wyoming or Montana or something. And he's just like got his helmet on. He's out on the hill, you know, and it's just, it's exactly what perfect representation of what these mountains have become. And fuck these people because they fucking ruined.
Yeah.
Colorado used to have all these beautiful small mountains and they can't compete with this anymore.
It's a shame. Like I was like telling my friend, like when I was a young lad and I'd go to Blue Mountain, a lift ticket was $45.
Yeah.
Then it was $50. Then it was $60. Now it's $109 for an 8-hour pass. You can't even do a full day pass no more. You have to do it by the 8 hours. And I'm like, what is this?
So Blue Mountain, are they owned by Vail?
Yeah. They're in like
Fuck these people.
Yeah.
No, you can't go to them anymore. You just can't. You can't. Have you ever been to oh, now I'm going to totally blank on the name. It's in Pennsylvania. It's like north. It's more out of the way. Like
Camelback, maybe?
No, I grew up going there too sometimes. But this one it's more north than that. Whatever.
Yeah, all I know is Seven Springs on the Pittsburgh side. Then there's Spring Mountain, which is a very little mountain, kind of like 40 minutes from Philly. Then there's Bear and Blue, and then Jack Frost and Big Boulder, obviously.
Yes. Okay. It's like more. Anyway.
After that, yeah, it's just ruined the whole vibe, you know.
Yeah, I grew up skiing at a little place called Middlebury Snow Bowl, and and it's in Middlebury, Vermont, and it's owned by Middlebury College.
Okay.
Lift ticket, $50 for the day. Probably was cheaper back then. Has 3 chairs, but incredible. Those 3 chairs give you access to like an entire mountain.
Yeah.
And it's very diverse terrain. It's not that many runs. And also the entire mountain is within bounds. So they don't say you can't go you're allowed to go anywhere within their like property.
Right. Oh, that's sick.
So you can just like dip into the woods, whatever. Like you're not going to get your pass revoked or there's no big sign saying don't go here. And growing up, that's where I learned how to ski. That's then when I learned how to snowboard. And you can just let your kid go. Like, you don't even need to because it's like, there's no lines. It's just, the food isn't overpriced. Like, they're just a truly, like, family-friendly, old-school ski place. And that's the kind of place where I want to give my money. Like, I don't like the whole corporate thing. I hate it.
Yeah, it's very sad. We grew up in an era of good skiing. The last good skiing.
We got the last of it. Yeah. But then this year I just got this. I was on a wait list. Have you heard of it? The Indy Pass?
No, what's that?
It's like the equivalent of, and I don't know if it's like, maybe this is contributing further to the problem. I don't know. But this one seems okay because there's like a cap on how many people they'll sell it to.
Yeah.
But it's essentially like the Icon, the Epic Pass, but it's for a bunch of small independent mountains across the U.S., Canada. They have them in Japan, Europe.
Oh.
And you get 2 days of skiing at every mountain.
That's sick.
And like I met these people and they went to Japan this year and they used their pass to just ski at a bunch of different hills in Japan.
Wow.
And so I signed up for that, but I'm like, so I got in off the wait list, but I'm like, I don't know, is this the best way? Like, is this just like the independence equivalent of this awful epic thing that's like, because the problem is like these ski hills just get too crowded.
Yeah. When I went, like, we had a snow day here a couple weeks ago when it like dumped in Pennsylvania. And that Monday we had off from work. And so I went to Blue. I went for 8 hours. I probably got in 7 runs.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh.
I went the Tuesday to Mountain Creek.
Yeah.
Thinking this shouldn't be so crazy.
Yeah.
And it was insane because people in southern Jersey still had no school because like they got slammed. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was really bad. But I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't skied like in Pennsylvania at least that type of snow in a while. So I was like,
you were just happy.
I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, just happy to be here.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I took a couple of tumbles, but it was like just in fluff. So I was like, yeah, that wasn't too bad,
Mm-hmm. It is wild. This like Mountain Creek place. Now it's all cashless. Have you seen this at any places?
Well, I know like at least at Blue, it's like you buy your ticket online, you scan your email, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so similar. But this entire facility, no cash.
Wow.
You can't buy even a coffee with cash because, and they can't, like, I don't know if this place is suffering. That sure as hell doesn't seem like it when they're charging $100 for a day pass. And I go on a Tuesday, like, every weekend the place is packed out, but they can't seem to hire anybody, or the people like they hire children. Yeah. So the place is run by children. Yeah. And apparently, like all the employees just skim from the cash, so they can't do cash anymore. But then they have a hard time hiring people because they don't probably want to pay them anything. Yeah. And anyway, I walked in there. I wanted a coffee, and the kid was like, "You have to scan this QR code, like enter your credit card information." And I almost puked. I was like, "I can't handle this."
The economy is it's going bad,
Well, yeah. How do you if you drop your kids off at a mountain? Yeah. And you hand them $20 for.
I don't think there's any more dropping kids off at mountains, No, I think, they get...
It's really a shame, because, that's what it's for. Yeah. Let your kid be free,
No, there's no more of that.
I'll pick you up at 5.
Epstein will get him.
Epstein. I think it's more like if your kid gets hurt, the mountain will like sue you.
Oh yeah.
Or like parents are afraid of like
Yeah. Have you had a big injury ever on the shred and the Gnar, pal?
No. I like to think that I know how to fall.
Yeah.
But well, one time I hit my lower back really bad. It was really weird, and I got like swelling. Like I had a bubble of fluid on my back. Like I had I don't know what you call that, an edema or something.
Yeah,
like
I'm not too sure, but I can almost I know what I'm. Yeah, my inner doctor is.
You could like
scoop
it. It was that, and I went to the doctor, and he was like, I don't know.
And what, you just kind of like let it heal on its own?
Yeah, it went away. It was like right on my spine. And then, it hurt for a bit and went away. Who knows? Probably in like 20 years, I'm going to have like, a herniated disc right there. And the doctor's going to be like, what?
Yeah, I have a real bad degenerative disc in my lower back. So
oh, really?
Like, yeah, when I was young, man, I used to send it. I was like one of those guys, like big kicker, send it. I got into this routine where I was like just throwing front flips off shit. And I like really...
Oh, shit.
I don't really like land... Out of 10 front flips, maybe 4. So the rest, I'm just cranking them on.
Really?
And I wasn't like what's it called? Tame dog. I was like barrel rolling it. You know what I mean? So
okay,
it was like it wasn't good time. But
well, yeah, I mean, but when you're a kid though, but you think that's why you have the bad
yeah,
disc?
Yeah. It's like between that, skating, and honestly in college I was kind of like a reckless drunk too.
Sure.
And occasionally I'll push some wood pretty hammered.
Right.
And then
What's that mean?
Like skateboard, like push wood.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know all the skateboard lingo.
Yeah, but I need to be better now. Now I'm getting older. I'm 32. I need to reach for my 40s to be. I need to become a yogi or something.
Yeah, but then there's something to be said for keeping a little stress on the old on the joints, and like they say, like apparently like skateboarding, surfing, snowboarding is really good as you get older because like it's working so much muscle and balance systems and
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna stop being so reckless.
Yeah. I never got good at park. I was too afraid of it as a kid.
Yeah.
The hills that I went to didn't have much terrain park. And then when I was 25 and I moved to Edmonton, I got a season's pass to this like little hill that had a huge terrain park.
Yeah.
And it was COVID. It was like the thing I could do. And I just I tried and I got somewhere, but I don't have that proprioception shit down. Like I can't do a 360. Mm-hmm. That's my goal. Yeah, I'd like to be able to do that.
That one you just kind of like I can do a 3 flat ground, but I won't send it off anything anymore. But it's just like if you can just dig in right and then you just toss it and you just like just
I can do my 180s.
Yeah.
I pop a 180 wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason, like when I try to spin more, my body gets all confused.
Yeah, you just gotta let your head lead the direction.
I know. I also chicken out.
Yeah.
But
no, I get that. Like I can throw everything this way, but I can't really throw it. Are you regular or goofy?
Goofy.
Yeah, same. So I can't throw whatever this backside or
front side.
Whatever is this way.
Yeah, front side.
Yeah, so it's like but
well, backside's easier to like initiate the spin, but then you're blind.
Yeah. But no, that's really cool. Look at us, just 2 goofy people out here.
Yeah, it ain't every day you get to talk. I think though you asked this question like what drew me to snowboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think to answer your question, the thing that I love, the thing that that keeps me sucked into it is that it's time where all I can think about is like don't hit that tree.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hit that just like every thought in my head has to be about what I'm doing in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's just so it really just helps me clear my head.
Oh yeah, because that's what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how many times, like, I go to the gym, I work out, I'm not, like, for a few moments, maybe I'm thinking about the exercise that I'm doing, but, like, my brain's still wandering off to other things, you know? But when you're bombing down a hill, and it's like, it's really hard to think about other things.
Yeah.
Or I go on a run, I'm thinking about other things the whole run. You know, sometimes I start thinking about, like, my running. Like, if you're, like, going up a hill or something.
Yeah.
But even then, you know, like, my mind wanders. But snowboarding, I'm just thinking about this thing.
Yeah,
and the
like
same with
surfing
and skateboarding. I'm doing, like, the I've been learning how to do the transition riding.
Oh, like in the park?
Yeah,
just
like the bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can get up on the walls now, and I can, like, pump through the turns, and I'm really enjoying it. And then, you know, I take a fall, and it's like, oh, fuck. This sucks.
I've always wanted to learn that, but I'm like I think I'm too scared now to learn how to drop in, you know?
I still haven't gotten to the full drop in.
Yeah. I'm like,
I ride in.
Oh, okay.
I have to find a place where I can just enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to get into that because I feel like that's like such a great, like that board would be so comfy just in a bowl, but I'm just like so nervous to take a fall. Like I don't think I have that many more falls than me.
Yeah.
I have maybe like 6
but
more.
But if you know how to fall,
like just even,
you know,
like
you
on
can
concrete,
roll out of it pretty quick. I mean, it's not the same as snowboarding in the sense that it's not tied to you. So like, you know, I've been kind of surprised. Like I haven't really, like you know, fingers crossed, you know. But I need to start wearing a helmet while I do it because like I want to be able to now go faster and yeah. And I tell people I'm not wearing a helmet and they're like, what?
Oh yeah. I mean,
but
yeah, I mean, you wear a helmet when you snowboard?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean,
that's like non-negotiable.
Yeah,
like anybody who's not wearing a helmet while they snowboard, and no offense if you don't, but do you?
No, I do.
Yeah, okay. I was like, thank God.
No, I do.
You're crazy.
Yeah,
if you don't, I'm but I think the problem, I've taken too many falls in my head now. Like I feel a bobble when I bobble my head after a fall. I can feel my neck,
No,
the whiplash. That's where I'm worried.
Yeah.
That I've lost some IQ.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm like, I would think I'd be much smarter if I didn't pick up this lifestyle, you know, of shredding the Gnar. And because I have taken some heads to the noggin for sure.
Yeah, but you know, we're a little happier.
Yeah,
is it because we've lowered our IQ slightly, or is it because we snowboard? We'll never know. But like,
no, I think there's something about like that type of like, you know, surfing, snowboarding, like just to be out there with nature, just like riding what she produced. Like I've always told like new snowboarders,
riding what she produced.
I always tell snowboarders like the mountain is gonna haze you. You know what I mean? Like don't worry about me coming up and pushing you. Like you're gonna catch an edge and you're gonna be like, oh fuck, you know?
Yeah.
You're gonna catch it the wrong way and you're gonna feel your spine come through your mouth.
And also, like, when did you start?
I started like in 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started, you know, I was 8 when I switched to. I was very lucky. Like my parents, this is just like, we went to this tiny mountain every year for like President's Week. And that was it.
Yeah.
It's not like my family went other times or anything. And I got little lessons and everything. But man, I remember like the first year I switched to snowboarding, I was 8 years old. I was just on the hill crying. Like I was just crying for a week straight. And then the next year I was like, I'm going to do that again. You know, like that was great.
Yeah.
I had a great time, but I was just crying.
Yeah, I didn't learn.
So frustrated.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I didn't learn how to stop my first year. You know, I just would like.
You just did the falling leaf?
Yeah, just kind of was like, all right, and you're near the bottom, just fucking.
Send it, yeah. But I think there's something to be said for like growing up and like doing something physically, like physically difficult like that. Yeah. I've always liked the challenges.
Yeah, and it's like the community I think is cool. You know, it's like the best part about the terrain park is like if you land something tight, everyone on the lift is like, yeah. But if you if you don't land something tight, everyone's like, boo.
Oh yeah. And it's like 10-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Guys, because when I started going to this terrain park in Edmonton. I was 25.
Mm-hmm.
I was finally like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna like try to do this shit, you know? And I was just trying to work on my like board slides, like jumping, like not riding onto the box, but like jumping onto the box and like getting a board slide down. And I fell on this. They had this tent park set up, and it's like at the beginning of the year they do it and it's a steep pitch where they put the tent park. And I jump on this thing, and it's like a, I don't know, some whack ass box. Eat shit. Hit the thing. Hit my ribs. I've fallen. I can't breathe. Like, so I'm laying at the bottom. I'm 25. Yeah. I'm laying at the bottom of this rail, just like questioning everything that I'm doing. And then I hear this 10-year-old kid go, "Hey, you can't sit there. You can't sit below the fucking rail." And I'm like, I'm going to murder you. I'm going to murder you.
Get out
like,
of the sweet spot.
Can you not tell? Can you not tell that like I'm laying. Yeah. I'm fucking laid out on the snow. Have a little respect. No.
It's the best. Like, that's like, I think what makes the culture so much fun.
The kids, I can't handle the kids. I just can't. One time a kid yelled out, I jumped on a rail and he yelled out, this was like 2 years ago, and he was like, "Yo, grandma got moves." And I was like, how do you know how old I am? I'm all bundled up.
Yeah.
What? I'm like, I'm 28. I'm like,
he just knows you're older than him, so you're a grandma.
Grandma got fuck right off.
Yeah, man, they know how to flirt.
Awful.
They're the best.
But I have made friends on the hill. I like going, if I'm ever on a mountain and I'm by myself, I just chat with people.
Yeah.
There's nothing quite like, you know, wherever. I'm often snowboarding alone. It just seems to happen that way. But, I just make friends with people on the lift, and then like I just ski with them for the rest of the day, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I like shredding the Gnar, because, you know, like, you can meet some cool people. You all have the same interests right here. You know, you just hang for the day. And then you're like, hey, let me get your number or your Instagram. You know, we'll do this sometime again. Maybe not, though. That might be the only time you run into these nice strangers, you know?
You ever meet somebody on the lift and you're like, yeah, you seem cool, and then you do a run together and you're like, oh, they suck?
No, I mean, usually I can
you
like...
can tell.
Yeah, you can like eyeball out like if someone is going to be good or bad, I feel like.
Yeah. Normally, like, it's just the way people, you can just tell by the way they talk about the sport. But it happened to me. I met this like girl on the lift, and she was nice. We were chatting, and then we did a run, and she just ate shit, just like on a flat, and I was all right. I'm not gonna keep riding with you.
You can't babysit her all day.
No, I can't. I paid $100 to be here. I mean, I'm thinking about the money every time I'm snowboarding. It's just like dollars per run. I'm just like, yeah.
No, I get it. I'm a cheap Indian at heart. So if I don't get my money's worth, then I leave pissed. You know. Then I got to go take 5 shots and drink and drive home. You know.
Sure.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Mom. Just kidding.
Sure. You know, whatever.
I thought that would just get a bigger laugh. That was crazy. I don't do that. Hey, guys.
Yeah.
No, but that's sick. And okay, I want to get to some of this other stuff because we can talk about Gnarpal all day.
I think we've exhausted the topic.
Yeah,
I think we covered most stuff.
I think the people know. I think
people understand.
They like we like the snowboard.
I just don't get to talk about it very often.
No, I agree. And all my best friends that did it with me growing up, they've all stopped doing it.
Yeah.
So then it's like I have some friends from college that still do it, and then like some friends that are like skiers that do it. But like, you know, I miss going out with like 12 rowdy dudes. You know, we just go have fun, you know? When you put a skier in the mix, sometimes it's like, you know.
I'm always with skiers. I never snowboard with other...
The skiers
all my
always
friends
like,
ski.
Yeah, it's like, and they're always like, come on, Jules, why don't you fucking get your shit in there? Come on now, you know? They ever give you a hard time?
Oh, no, because I'm fucking fast.
Oh, okay,
You know,
yeah.
I don't, like, you know, Anybody, like, I met these, like, little boys on the lift. Little boys. They were, like, 12. I don't know how old. Like 15 or whatever. And they both had step-ons.
Yeah.
And I asked them, why do you have such apparatuses?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, well, you know, like, I just wanted a board, and I was like, if I'm gonna buy a board, I want to buy the thing that, like, I want, you know, and like I don't want to spend all the time strapping in. And I'm like, it doesn't take me very long to strap. What's with all this? Like, how long? What are you sitting down?
Yeah, I never understood that.
And then I get off the lift and I strap in. I'm going down. I look, and they're still fiddling around up there. And I was like, no, you're just slow. Like you're just slow. Just fucking put your foot in and let's go.
It's harder for me to strap in sitting down than it is like standing.
I never. My ass never touches the ground. Unless it's like we're in a precarious place.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
So you went to school, and I know you're actually a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
you can call me Dr. Balluffi.
Dr. Balluffi. See, Mom, I know doctors.
Dr. Jules Balluffi.
That's only thing she ever yearned for me to be was a doctor.
Oh, and but engineer is...
She wanted to be a medical doctor.
Right.
But I was never... There's too much school and years in the fucking hospital. I could never done it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I didn't do that either.
Yeah.
You know.
So. But at least you got doctor in front of your name. What did you get your doctorate in?
Ecology. Wildlife biology, to be more specific.
And what inspired this yearning to, you know, care for nature, or, you know, like, I don't think it's the word care, but like your interest in it, like, you know?
Just childhood obsession with animals.
Yeah.
I was super obsessed. Yeah. Just loved any kind of animal. Always wanted to be when I was a kid, I said I wanted to be a zoologist. So like from the get-go, like this is like what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because now I want to be a comedian, you know?
Well, yeah, that's a different type of caring for animals, you know?
Yeah.
If you think we're all animals.
We're all animals.
Did you have a pet growing up that like kind of inspired this or whatever?
No. I mean, I had pets, but it was more books, the zoo, the Natural History Museum, squirrels, pigeons. I grew up in New York. Like I grew up in New York City till I was 10.
Okay.
So ain't much nature.
Yeah.
You know, but I loved watching the pigeons. I had my theories on them and the squirrels and the Natural History Museum was like hugely influential.
Yeah.
Like these things are super important for like kids. And the zoo, the Bronx Zoo. Like I went there and I like brought my notebook and I was like taking notes on the animals. And then my teacher got mad at me because I was like slowing the class down.
Yeah. So I seen you do like some animal photography, right?
Yeah.
What, like, from observing these animals, what's the biggest thing you learned about them?
Well, I've done more than just like photography. I mean, like I worked with animals for my research.
Okay.
I worked with snowshoe hares, which is like rabbits.
Okay.
Similar to a rabbit up in northern Canada. So I spent 7 years working with hares. And then I also, that's like been my main study species. And, you know, work with them, meaning like, you know, I'm handling them, I'm collaring them.
So what are you looking to like find out? Like this is...
My research was like a mix. It was mostly like foraging ecology. So like where, why, how animals get their food. And then nutritional ecology. So how the animal's nutrition impacts its behavior or how the environment affects its nutrition. That was kind of the theme of my thesis.
Yeah.
So there's a few things that I was looking at in that regard, but a lot of behavioral stuff mainly. And then some physiological, like we do a lot of like poop collection, do a lot of poop analysis. Okay. And, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
I also worked with squirrels for one summer. I was a technician on a project, did squirrel research. That was like an energetics thing. I injected the squirrels with isotopic water, and you measure their metabolic rate that way.
And what did you learn?
I didn't learn anything because I collected the data and then I handed it off to somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did the squirrels? How did the squirrels handle getting these injections?
Oh, they're mad. They are furious. Squirrels are tough to handle because they bite.
Oh, okay.
Snowshoe hares, docile, beautiful, wonderful species.
Yeah.
An incredible study species. Squirrels are good because they live in the same spot. You know, like you go to they have what we call a midden, and it's where they cache all their cones.
Okay.
Because they eat the spruce cones. And so you go here and you're like, and one squirrel lives there. And you know the squirrel, and you can go back the next day and that squirrel's still there.
Yeah.
I'm pointing up like because it's in the tree.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay. I was like, let me make sure there's nothing up there.
I painted an entire photo in my head of a midden, and you're irrelevant to you.
Yeah.
But I do that a lot. I always point. Because I'm seeing it in my head, but then I'm like, nobody else is seeing this.
No, it's all right. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing up there. I was like, maybe she's scared of something.
But do you do that, or am I like?
No, I sometimes will do that. Yeah.
I do it all the time. I realize I point to Canada. I'll be like, I was living in Canada, and I always know where north is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just so aware.
Yeah, north is that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's direction.
Oh,
That's my flex.
That's a good skill to have.
Yeah. Anywho, but the hares, they live, you have to like go out and try to, it's harder to get the same hare back. So that, there's pluses and minuses to, choosing a study species. It's an interesting predicament of like there's always pros and cons to everyone. And but hares, they don't bite. They just kind of sit in your lap. They're nice.
Oh, did you name them?
No, if there was one that like particularly had a unique personality, and we were working with that one a lot, naturally, a name kind of happens. Okay. But I wasn't Jane Goodall, running around naming every hare. I just, I had my favorite one ever. His name was Rocky. Rocky.
You miss him sometimes? You think back to these animals and you're like, I spent so much time observing and learning about them. Yeah,
I really do love those animals. And the thing that you learn about animals truly is, they have personalities. They're all different in their own way. There's obviously like there's a normal distribution of personalities in these guys. So most of them sit in the normal range. And then there's just one hare that like, every time you trap it, it kicks you. Every time. And you'll be like handling the hare you have these burlap sacks, and this thing's kicking you, it's hissing, and you're like, this is A1667, and you check the ear tag, sure enough, it's A1667, and you're like, A6, she's always like this. Like, there's just like some outliers, or like this one, like, this one's purring, must be B9239,
No, I love that. I follow a bunch of farm TikTok because I'm like really into cows.
Oh.
And
do you like the hoof trimming videos?
Oh, for horses they do usually?
And cows too.
I don't mind them,
but they don't do anything for you?
I'm not like satisfied about like, I'm not like sitting there like, yeah, you trimmed them. If it feels better for the animal, then hell yeah, But it's like just like clipping toenails. I bet there's an audience out there for that.
I love them.
Okay.
But sorry, go on.
No, I like the videos. Like I'm starting this brand called Cattle Daddy, and it's like basically just a bull cow with a cowboy hat, and it's embroidered.
This is like a merch kind of oh cool, kind of like Paul Simon. Remember that one? No. But is it just the head of the cow?
Yeah.
On stuff? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Paul Simon, was it? It had like the monkey head.
Yeah, I mean,
and you buy the shirts with the monkey on it.
There's probably like there's like a version of them. Then like Roback does like a dog. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like I'll show you after. But
yeah,
it's like,
that's cool.
But like people always ask me like, who's the cattle daddy? And because one day my boy came into the cubicle, instead of calling me a cowboy, he called me the cattle daddy, and I was like, this is it. this is the merch line. You know what I mean? So I like fucking worked on it. Now it's like on a shirt and shit. And I had to think like, who is the cattle daddy? And then it kind of, I saw this video on TikTok, and it's like, when they do like the whole insemination of the lady cows, they bring like this one bull cow and they bring them like in like a truck, right? And all the lady cows are just hanging out, right? And then they open this truck, and they all like run up to the truck, and he's like oh shit, like oh man, there's a lot of ladies here, and then they.
And does he have to perform?
Yeah, he has
for every single one.
Yeah,
of
he
them?
has to fuck all of them. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! How much pressure?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
Oh my God!
And they're all like heifers, so they're lady cows that haven't had a baby yet, so they're like yearning for a child as well. Yeah. So they're like, get out here, guy, impregnate me. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! I mean, I don't feel bad for him, but like I kind of am like, damn.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Can cows, do it and get it up again? Like, what's the turnover time?
That I don't know. He's like, you gotta take a ticket. I'll see you tomorrow, madam.
And they just hang out for like a week until he's fucked every single one of them.
Yeah, basically.
I thought they'd just like jerk off the cow and then inseminate.
No, I mean maybe they probably do that in some farms, but like the videos the farms.
So you don't watch cow hoof trimming. You watch animal fucking.
No. I'm not actively watching them bang. I'm watching them release. The bull. And then the rancher, the cowboy is like, come on now, you got to get out there, get out of there, Billy. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it cracks me up.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, okay, since you studied ecology, what do you think is one of the biggest issues that we're going to face in the next 10 to 20 years?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Wow, okay.
It's not all fun and games here.
I mean, I think we're fucked. Like, I mean, like my specialty is on wildlife ecology.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not a climate scientist. I'm not an ecosystem ecologist that, but I mean, what's the biggest problem that we're facing?
Yeah. Because like you're in the realm of science,
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah, like what do you think? I'm just poking a brain. I'm not looking for an answer.
I think the biggest problem is just everything's going to destabilize, So the thing that they say with like climate change is like the problem, like the people who like don't question climate change or don't believe it. They'll always say like, oh, well, the climate's always been changing. But in modern human history, like the reason why we were able to farm is because our climate has stabilized and it's become very predictable.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to become stable. And we're already seeing that, like the weather patterns are like getting more extreme or whatever, and it's like harder to like farm food.
Oh yeah.
And I think the whole Western North America is gonna be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I think the East Coast, the Eastern U.S. and Canada is like where you're gonna want to live. Because in Edmonton, yeah, it's not super hot, but every summer it all burns, and you were there's smoke. And people were saying it wasn't like this. You would get some fires, but every year I was living there, pretty much, smoke all the time. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. And it drove me crazy. I was like, I can't keep living here.
Yeah.
Because, like, I miss summers where I don't see a haze in the sky and I'm not smelling smoke all the time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And, like, there's no water out there. Mm-hmm. And then Arizona was, like, 107 degrees the other week.
Yeah.
In March. I'm just like, I don't know, man, but whatever's going on out there,
don't bring it here.
I don't how long is this gonna, like, how long are you gonna be able to live where it all burns every year and the temperatures are hitting like crazy stuff? The East Coast just feels a lot more stable. I think people are just gonna have to move around the world already,
Yeah. No, I think it's fucked. Our dirt. There's a guy, Guru. He's like an Indian guru, and he's on this like world tour, basically trying to commit a bunch of countries into like revamping their dirt because of like the type of farming we do, like monocrop farming. You're not like introducing all these new nutrients where like sometimes back in the day you'd plant multiple things. So we basically just like dried out all this dirt, and it's like unless we fix that, like you're not really going to be able to farm shit. And then what does it become? It becomes like, oh, us like I don't know if you've heard, but like there's been a couple people that have been testing like McDonald's burgers and trying to figure out like what's in them, because it's like, they sell like 1 billion burgers a day, but like where are the billion cows or whatever, like where does that equal out? And they're finding go ahead.
Do they get a lot of their meat? I've heard Brazil's like a huge exporter of beef.
Yeah, but even then it's just the amount of animal to amount of globally sold burgers is like not adding up, and then they're finding like a bunch of like fillers and like occasionally they'll
I just had a McDonald's burger on the way here.
Yeah, don't let me stop you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I ain't stopping.
Yeah. Like I love Taco Bell. I don't care what's in those beans and beef. I'll eat them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's just crazy kind of to think about, and then like I don't know. I was a vegetarian for the first 20 years of my life.
Really?
Yeah, because
wow.
I'm brown, and but now I eat meat, and it's like sometimes I think about like I don't eat seafood because I think the quality of the ocean is fucked, and that makes me a little nervous.
Seafood's tough because like you need your omega-3s. I love fish. For that reason, because otherwise like it's so hard to get.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Like then you got the mercury, you've got the farmed fish, the wild. It feels like you're between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, you ever seen like that was my thing. Like I wanted to be a marine biologist in my youth.
Didn't everybody?
Yeah,
isn't that fascinating? Weird. Why did every kid want to be a marine biologist? Kid in Missouri would want to be a marine biologist.
I think it's because.
Where did that come from? Seriously.
Yeah, I think it's because like the ocean is not our ecosystem. So it's like a real unknown to us. And then the things you see in the ocean like a blue whale, like you just can't fathom that on Earth, you know what I mean? Like on ground, because we have gravity and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, just something about that's like, and like I loved orcas. I went to like SeaWorld one time and I cried at the fucking Shamu show because I was like, oh, like this is bad. And then my dad's like, what, are you gay? Like, why are you crying? And then Blackfish came out and I was vindicated.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My story arc
you
was
were like original Free Willy.
Yeah.
You were Free Willy boy.
So I think there's something like just like, I don't know, that Seaspiracy movie was like just, like showing like how ruined the ocean is. And I was like, oh man, I already have enough microplastics in my balls. I can't afford anymore, The
microplastics thing is crazy.
I think when I have a kid, it's just going to come out as plastic.
Probably, yeah. Like it's going to have a little plastic heart, just like one part of the child. The thing that drives me nuts with that is the tea bags.
Yeah. Wait, what about that?
Like you go to Starbucks, you order a tea.
Yeah.
And they give you like that fancy tea with like in the pyramid thing, like the fancy tea bag. It's plastic.
Wow.
Those tea bags are fucking plastic. And then you steep it in your boiling water. And you can even see like the film of plastic it creates.
Yeah.
Those ones, I hate it because I'm ordered tea. I'm just getting a tea. And then they hand it to me and it's too late. I can't turn it back.
Yeah.
And if you ask them, do you have tea in a non-plastic bag? They're 16 and they don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're like, this hippie, grandma hippie over here.
They're like, what do you mean?
All right, Jules, I want to get you out of here on like a normal time. So let me know one thing. What got you into comedy and why?
I think always had an inclining for it. I started when I was 26, so I didn't start super young. I wish I started earlier. But I always had an inclining. I was always a funny kid. I was always trying to make people laugh. I made little videos with my friends. I directed things. I tried to like write. I always had an affinity for it. And then just as I got into adulthood, I slowly realized. I always thought I could do this. Like I think I could do this. And then what really pushed me over was like I realized like if I was doing not science, it would be comedy writing. I always said that. If I wasn't in sciences, I would be a comedy writer. But it was always like a joke to myself. And then one day I realized, how do you get into comedy writing? And then I realized easiest way to write comedy is just do stand-up. And that finally was like okay,
Yeah.
I really got to just try this. I always said I wanted to try stand-up, but it was always like a joke.
Yeah.
And then that was the final thing. And it is so true because there's no easier way to write comedy. Like, you think of something, and then that night you can try it.
And then what's your style of comedy? Are you more of a storyteller? Are you more like a set up punch, like a Jimmy Carr type deal? Like, what do you do up there?
I'm definitely not a one-liner.
Okay.
But I would say I err on the side of like observational mostly, with some stories. But I'm, I just like, I like just bringing the audience into my brain and what I'm seeing and trying to point out things that maybe people haven't noticed before is always like my goal.
Yeah, give them your POV. I get it. You know what I mean? Your little.
Yeah, but I would say observational if you were going to like categorize me.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, not that I haven't tried my hand at storytelling, but I wouldn't call myself a storytelling. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And like, how long you been doing it?
over 4 years now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now I feel like I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm finding my voice now, you know, like I crossed over the awkward phase and now I feel like pretty comfortable in where I'm at. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I've been doing it like 8-9 years, and I feel like sometimes I hit a crowd, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking awkward again. I'm like, oh
really?
Yeah. I'm like, oh no, what's happening?
Yeah. Or like I haven't done it, and I'm not doing it as consistently right now because like my life has been I've been living in New Jersey. I'm not getting the same stage time as I was back in Edmonton, but already like moving home has helped so much. I feel like I've gotten better.
Yeah, because what you're like in Jersey and probably going to New York sometimes or something.
Yeah, and then I'm performing a lot in New Jersey.
Yeah,
and we have like a good club where I live, like close by. And there's something about like I just feel like the audience immediately understands me now.
Yeah.
But back in Canada, they're always, and I was probably just in my head about it, but I don't think so. Like I think there's something to be said for, you know, like doing stand-up where you're from with the people that kind of understand your attitude. Like, for example, I have a joke about being rich. Not that I'm rich, but the joke is like I start the joke with I'd like to be very rich someday, you know? And and then I'll turn to the audience just for fun, be like, who here, anybody else want to be like really rich? And in America, they're like, yeah, you know, and then in Canada, they're like, oh yeah, maybe, like, you know, if it could happen, that would be great. It's like, so the attitudes are so different, like.
No, I get that.
And it's kind of relieving to turn, like, I'm home, I'm back home, and I'm like, this isn't a crazy question to ask a room full of people, like, would you like to be rich someday, you know?
Yeah.
And they're all like, yeah, fuck yeah, because, like, but in Canada, sometimes it's like, are we speaking the same language? What's going on?
It's a little bit of a difference. Like, I have a joke about, like, health insurance. And here, everybody it's about that Luigi Mangiani guy. Yeah. And then I tell it up there, and I was like, they all have free health insurance. So they're not killing for theirs. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh. It's
yeah.
Like everyone here.
But Canadians love laughing at the expense of Americans. So you possibly, if you changed the joke a little, you maybe... Did you set it up the same way?
Yeah, I mean, I was only doing it like 2 times there. I wasn't like there. I was just like, you know. And then I followed up with like, oh, you guys have you guys have like free healthcare or something. And I was like, and then I added on A, and then that's when they lost their shit because that Canadian twang. Yeah.
They're like, you got us.
They're like, yeah, you
got us. That is what we say.
Yeah, and that's they were like, all right, this mullet guy gets us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell the people where to find you. Let's get you out of here.
I'm on Instagram and Instagram only at Jules Balluffi.
Hell yeah.
That's
thanks
it.
for coming through. This was awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Great feet.
Thank you. Deuces.